On this week's very special episode, we come to you live from the American Thoracic Society conference.
Yes, we have been in San Diego for the last week.
No!
We can't wait to tell you all about it. San Francisco.
No!
No. We have been in San Francisco for the last week, and we can't wait to tell you all about it. I think we should leave that in.
So stick around.
Hello and welcome to Rare with Blair,
The podcast where I literally forgot our tagline. Oh my god.
I know. This is showing how tired we are to everyone.
The podcast where two best friends with the same rare disease are living our best lives. I'm your host, Cassandra.
And I'm your host, Casey. Can you all tell that we're nearly asleep?
We broke character
As we record
50
this.
times just doing this.
But I want to keep it in. Like, we could easily go fix that. But I want to keep it in to actually illustrate to you all how we are nearly not living at the moment.
We're on the brink, y'all. We're on the brink. Okay. So, today we are home from the American Thoracic Society conference, but the rest of this episode was recorded while we were together at the hotel at late in the evenings in order to get you guys the freshest scoop possible.
Yes, so this was recorded with voice memo on the phone, so the quality will not be our normal quality. It will not be as good as it normally is, but we think it was just really fun. We shared a hotel room, so we were able to just really go day by day and give you little updates. And so this episode is going to be different, but we hope you still enjoy it, and we're going to give you updates of days 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think it's going to be a really fun episode.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it super much, and yeah. And take it away, us. Wow, guys. Wow. It's been a day and a half, and it feels like it's been 5.
We are currently recording from our hotel room. We're sharing a hotel room at the ATS conference.
It's so fun. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Getting to spend half a week together almost.
Oh my gosh.
It's so exciting. What a luxury.
It's a delight. So yeah, we both got here yesterday.
We we met up at the airport, but Case's flight landed before mine, and I was like, okay, because this is my third ATS, right?
Yes.
And I know kind of the rough layout. It's a little different every time, but I was like, okay, if I don't eat and have a coffee, because flying from the East Coast to the West Coast, it's an eternal day.
Eternal.
Because you gain so much time. And so I was like, okay, I need to eat. It was 1 or 2 local time. I need to eat because we're probably going to eat at 8 p.m. local time.
Yeah, and we did.
We did. So we got some sandwiches.
Yes, and that was a godsend. I needed the sandwich more than I was like, I don't know if I need it. And Cass was like, you need it. And I did.
Gently, but also I don't know. I need it. So.
And then our Uber driver low-key yelled at us for trying to eat said sandwiches in the car.
It was so awkward. I really I was really hoping he didn't give me a bad Uber rating, because we opened that because we were hungry. We opened them and took a singular bite, and he was like, I usually don't let people eat in here.
So we were frantically putting them back in the bag.
I'm so sorry.
And then he was like, well, now you've opened it, so you might as well eat it.
So we were really good, and we put it away. But
respectful.
It was proud of us. But it was such a sight, I'm sure, to the 5 people that were in the airport at the time.
Oh, yeah.
For us to navigate around together to find the Uber pickup area.
And we found it I'm proud of us. It was kind of hard to find. It was on the 5th floor on the random level.
We had to go down to go up, and then around
the
whole
bout.
thing. We were using our skills together.
Yeah, which is, I always say, 2 brains and 4 eyes are better than 1 brain and 2 eyes.
Even though these eyes are broken.
They're broken, but they're broken together.
They're broken together.
They're broken together, girl. They're broken together. Yeah. So then we got to the hotel and met up with some of our group.
Yay!
And we pretty immediately went to Target, right across the street. It's within walking distance, which is so handy.
So convenient, because, like, that's not always the case for every conference. Like sometimes we have to like go out of our way. I think we had an Uber last time when last ATS was in San Diego, and it was not as close. So this was super convenient.
Right. And we did some shopping. We get some snacks for lunches and foods, but we also get chocolate chip cookies and butter cookies. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you should know why.
This is a pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Why do we have cookies?
Why?
So I think we said it in the previous pod, did we?
We probably did. We
did.
Explained. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we run a booth, which is probably the biggest part of what us are doing here is we help run a booth in the exhibit hall, which we'll talk more about. But like these cookies are really important because, as we've said before, our rare disease has this bleeding disorder. Our blood platelets, which help you clot, are not formed properly. Normal blood platelets have these little dots. If you look at them in an electron microscope, like they look like little dots on a circle. And they have these clotting factors that help you like clot like more effectively, and ours don't have that.
Right. So ours look like a sugar cookie or a butter cookie. Regular platelets look like a chocolate chip cookie. So that's why we got the cookies.
Chips Ahoy and Nilla wafers.
And then Cassandra made the discovery of the universe.
Okay, guys. I got like marketed to on Instagram, and it worked really well. So I have really thick hair, and I don't like need to. I like with dry shampoo. I don't need to wash it like every day. I actually maybe only need to wash it once a week. And so, I just keep it when I'm traveling, especially like I just straighten it. And I saw this product. It was just like a Garnier.
Well, it's like you've got to when you're traveling, you've got to find a way to keep your hair sleek and make it stay. You know?
Yeah. And like, that's a crazy way of putting it because the product, it's a hair serum by Garnier Fructis, and it's called Garnier Sleek and Stay.
It's called Sleek and Stay. And guys, oh man, does it work?
It'd be sleeking and
our
staying.
hair all day. We are currently recording this at night, late at night.
It's been 24 hours since we sleeked and stayed.
Is your hair sleek?
It is very sleek.
Is it stay? Did it stay?
It for sure stayed.
It stayed. Usually my hair curls up by the end of the day. It is not curled. Like on the side.
Like, I think if you wanted to do anything, you could straighten the back.
Well, the back, yes.
But like,
that was a mess to begin with.
No, but like
it's not flipping out.
Sometimes the ends will flip out.
It's not flipping out.
And it didn't.
It didn't.
So it's
We're
crazy.
shocked.
Because like you put it on like damp hair and then you blow it dry and straighten it, and it like it's heat activated or whatever. I don't know. It's supposed to be like water resistant too, so it like is humidity resistant. Anyway, it worked.
It worked
fabulous.
We're not sponsored, but I promptly went right back to Target today and got a bottle of my own.
It's like $10.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Like, it's really effective and really
miracle
cheap.
Working.
Wow.
And I couldn't even tell you what else we did yet. Like my brain. What did we do?
We got dinner. We kind of had our like team meeting where we planned out what our week was going to be like and the things that we'd have to do. And then that was pretty much it. We got some desserty dessert.
Yeah.
And we watched cartoons together at night.
Yeah, we did. Of course, obviously. That goes without saying. Phenom. So today was a much busier day. We started off the day, we went to a patient and expert forum, and Donna, who is our executive director, was the moderator at said forum, and she did a great job, and we were all wearing our matching Dare to Be Rare shirts.
It was cool. So Donna is like the chair of this arm of the American Thoracic Society. It's called the Public Advisory Roundtable, and basically that's just fancy speak for this group of like patient advocacy organizations that represent a lot of different diseases, including Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome.
And we're really lucky to be on it, and that Donna's on it.
Lucky to be on it. Like, it's crazy. And like, the talks were really cool.
Really interesting.
A lot of them were heavily medical, but the overarching theme was like what, customized or personalized healthcare.
All lung related, obviously, because that's what we're here for. But it was very interesting. And it wasn't so like over your head scientific.
No.
Like I understood what we were talking about, and it was good.
It was cool.
Really
it's cool. They're like looking at all kinds of factors of like what makes you unique and how you can address different concerns.
Yeah,
basically. It was super, super cool.
It was really cool. And I made a discovery that coffee is cool.
Case, like, our bodies are really sensitive to a lot of things. Like, let's just get that out there. Like, it's not like a year problem.
No, but like, I'm sensitive to caffeine, right? So like, I just don't drink coffee. I've never needed it. Plus, it doesn't really help me. Like, I thought it didn't really help me that much. I thought like it didn't give me energy.
And like, how have you normally consumed caffeine? That's
Normally,
the discovery.
It would be like I'm meeting a friend for coffee at 2 PM, and then it doesn't really help me.
Right, because like,
I never drink it in the morning.
No, yeah, see, and that's the key.
That's the key. Clearly.
It's
clearly.
the morning.
So, like, I've had a headache, a low-key headache, like, this whole trip. Like, my back just hurts, whatever. And I was feeling it this morning. I was like, I might just try some caffeine. And Cass was like, be careful. And I was like, I know. And I drank it, and I was like, is this a drug? And Cass was like, it actually is. It's caffeine, and welcome.
Legally addictive stimulant.
Welcome to caffeine. And it helped me survive, and I feel fine.
Like, it's crazy.
What happened?
Like, it's crazy.
I was like, am I just now getting addicted to coffee at 32 years old?
Like, it's so well, because like, I'm anal. I'm anal about getting my coffee, especially about on like a high intensity trip like this.
Yes, and I was like, I'm sorry I ever like doubted the fact that you need your coffee, because now I'm with you.
It's so funny because like, I will like, the Starbucks is in the Target across the street, right?
It sure is.
So I like left the hotel like a little early so I could stand in line and grab my Starbies because I needed it.
You needed it. Needed. And listen, tomorrow morning, you best believe I'm right there with you. I also need it. And what I told her was, it's not really like an everyday thing I'll need, because I work from home and it's pretty low key. It's not a high intensity job or whatever. But with things like this that are very high intense days where you do not stop
on all day.
We have not stopped. We literally took a 15-minute break to change clothes, and that was the only break we have had all day today.
Ate like a handful of Cheez-Its and stared at the wall,
quite literally,
and sung a little song, because that's all we do together.
In fact, we're not even like taking a break right now because we're recording this podcast. So like, we literally have not had a break all day. So I needed my caffeine, and it saved my life. It changed my life. The whole meeting, I couldn't stop thinking about how good I felt. And how shocked I was that I felt that good.
And I'm really glad, because I was like, I was worried, because I know that you've said that like, it kind of messes you up sometimes. So I was like, okay, I hope Casey doesn't
I was fine.
Explode,
It had to be in the morning, and I have to drink hot coffee and sip it slowly, because when I do iced, too much, too fast. I can't do ice because I can't have that. No, I got to do slow. Like, I have to do it over the course of like an hour.
In bursts. Yeah.
Like, I literally carried my coffee cup for like an hour in there, and I was just doing sips. Yeah. Like, that's what I have to do.
That's the best way to do it, because otherwise it just like really throws
your brain. Some people that's fine, but I am too sensitive for that shit.
No, but like the fact that it worked.
My headache was gone and it hasn't come back.
Yeah, no, amazing. Seriously. So like,
amazing. Anyway,
it was cool.
That's my side tangent.
After the patients and experts forum, we have this little like chill boxed lunch with one of our doctors, and it was nice. It was low-key.
Some networking.
Little networking.
Meet some people.
Right after that, though, we go and set up our booth in the convention center.
Yeah, so we got our official badges. We checked in, and they said, don't lose this badge. It's $50. I said, okay. She told me 4 times, this lady.
Your badge replacement fee is, like, so high.
She kept telling me.
This conference is massive. It is spread over multiple hotels and an entire convention center.
Oh yeah, we were like out in the streets, walking from hotel to hotel to convention center to this place to that place.
It was crazy. And so like the exhibit hall is always in a convention center of whatever city we're in.
The exhibit hall was not what I was expecting at all, in the sense that, see, you've been here before. Yeah. I have not. I did not expect there to be forklifts and trucks and
it's absolutely
like about
massive.
To like hit you. Like, I was like having to watch, because they don't care. Like, they're just plowing right through. They're not looking for you, and you're not looking for them. And I didn't know cars were coming, so I turned, and there's like
indoor cars,
and there's no road. You're just like inside this exhibit hall, and like obviously tomorrow, like once it opens, it's not going to be like that. But for the setup, it's like a construction zone, literally.
And, like, they don't let you walk in if you don't have like closed-toed shoes. Like it's that serious.
Literally a construction zone. But we got there.
We did. And we set up our booth. We've got a couple tables, and we have like polka dot, tablecloths.
Yeah, we were setting that up.
We've got like a big tapestry.
Cass is the tallest, so she was doing the tapestry for us. Kylie's tall too, though.
I know she is, but
yeah.
like you stand on a chair and you hang it up from the PVC around, and it's really great. It has just kind of the main hits of our disease, and
main hits. There were two extremely bright lights shining right in our eyes, and so we were like, hey, like, we have albinism and this is not gonna work for us. Like,
it was so like, and they were purple.
It was like
awful.
a black light situation almost.
It was so painful, and we had there were like 5 separate maintenance men who were helping set up this whole convention, who were doing their darndest to make it like, and they had
our lives better.
They had full on conversations with us. They were lovely.
They were showing us photos on their cell phones, literally. A man was showing me a photo of an electric chair Halloween costume he made. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. That's how deep.
I didn't even see that.
You were you were in the back, but that's how deep. It was me and Ashley. You were hanging the tapestry over there. That's how deep we were getting. He was like, "This is offensive to some people." I was like, "Oh, okay."
So definitely show it to you.
Definitely. He goes, "I hope it didn't offend you." I was like, "No, that's cool."
That's so
nuts. But hey, we got the lights fixed, so thank the Lord.
They were super nice to us.
So we set up the booth, and then we had to rush to the. Wait, no, we had to rush and get changed. Did we get changed or we go to the...
No, we went to Chez Target again.
We went to Chez Target again, and I got the serum for my hair.
Sleek and start.
Then we went to the opening ceremony.
We did. It was really cool. It's massive.
And there was some awards given. There was a keynote address, which was really great. It was a really beautiful speech.
It was lovely. It was lovely. We'll have to promote her podcast.
Yes, it's called The Human Doctor, I think. And if that's wrong, I'll edit this out. But
I think you're right.
The Human Doctor.
The Human Doctor.
She was great. I want to listen to that.
She was fabulous. She's a
great speaker.
Really good storyteller.
Positive.
She's a doctor, right? She's not a pulmonologist, so she's not a lung doctor, but she works in the hospital. She's an internist. And so she was just wonderful. And like, I don't even know how to begin to explain her talk, but it was wonderful.
It was really, really beautiful. And then we rushed to go get changed into like, nicer dresses.
Right, because like we were wearing our like matching gray long sleeves Dare to Be Rare, which by the way, I think the store has launched officially.
Yes, go. If you want to match us as well, you can go buy that shirt. It's very soft.
DareToBeRare.org. It's very soft. And all the proceeds go and help fund rare disease research.
Yes, rare disease research. So you're helping out by buying cute shirts.
Not just us, but also other rare diseases.
Yeah, totally. So, we went to this, benefit dinner gala thing.
Reception thing.
Kind of like, once again, to network with people.
Yeah, Donna, our founder, she has been coming to this and has been involved in the American Thoracic Society for many, many, many years. And so she knows, and everyone knows her. She knows sense of people. She's the most popular girl in school.
Literally.
So, like, people just come up to her and us and, like, she's like, oh, that guy was a big deal.
Yeah. Like they'll leave and she's like, that's the most important person here. We're like, oh my gosh.
Oh, great.
We're like, oh, sorry. We were like being stupid in the background while we were like singing in the back. And
well, yeah, but then like, if Donna says, hey, sing to this man.
And we
did.
Like,
okay.
We sung on the spot literally tonight.
It was wild, but that's the kind of thing we do here, right?
Yeah,
we need people to know us and care.
We almost cried.
Make an impression. It was great.
We're that beautiful. We sound like sirens in the night.
Oh, we're bewitching.
He brought a tear to a grown man's eye.
He can do nothing but like come and help us.
Yes, and we had pasta and
it was good. Oh, guys, okay. After that, we ran up to this little like hotel store, and I'm gonna tell you what.
They
have something that I had not seen in like 7 years.
I had never seen.
And so when I if you've listened to this pod for a while, you know that like summer of like 2018. I had an internship in Seattle, so I spent the summer living here. At the same time, my older brother had an internship in San Francisco, and so we visited each other once that summer each. And when I visited him, we went and we had like a San Francisco delicacy. It is like, it's an ice cream sandwich. It's called It's It.
It's it.
It's it.
It's it.
And it's like 2 oatmeal cookies and then like sandwiching some ice cream. It comes in different flavors. Mm-hmm. And then all like covered in like a crackly chocolate shell. Mm-hmm. Gosh, it's so good.
We got the mint flavor ice cream. So it's like mint chocolate, but with a cookie. It's low-key like a moon pie, but with ice cream and better.
It's so good. It's so good. And like, it's so unassuming because the design of them looks like they haven't been updated since they were created in 1928. And I'm obsessed. Like, I was so excited.
They're so cute.
They're really cute.
They were lovely. It was such a good, like, fresh. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but it, like, tasted like a nice way to end the night.
It was perfect. And they have different flavors. So you
best believe we're trying them all.
You bet you.
Ranking them.
We're going to tell you which It's are the best.
This is only day one, mind you.
There are other flavors.
There are other flavors. We're going to try them. So... Thanks for listening to our day 1 and kind of 2, or I guess like 0 and 1, because yesterday didn't really quite
we
count.
Didn't like officially begin.
Today was our first full day, so
But tomorrow is the first day of our booth.
So we'll give you an update about that, but yeah.
Till then, we'll see you soon. Wow, guys. Oh my gosh. Day 2.
We are back to tell you all about ATS day 2. It's been a very exciting time.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So we woke up pretty earlier than we needed to, because one of our doctors, who is based in Puerto Rico and he does a lot of work with the population in Puerto Rico, was running like a marathon, like a race.
It was a race, not exactly
I don't
clear.
think it was a marathon.
Not exactly clear on how exactly long. Maybe a half marathon. Maybe. It was a race. It was a significant amount of running.
He's like super athletic. I think ATS has some kind of race everywhere they go, every conference, and so he always does it.
So he was in like the second heat, which is pretty early in the morning, but
Makes him fast.
We made little posters for him.
It was cute
to stand on the sidelines and be his cheerleaders, and it was really special. He came over and said hi to us, while he was running, of course, and he was wearing a Dare to Be Rare shirt, which is our other nonprofit.
It was so cool. It was really fun to get to support him in that way. The marathon, the race also was coinciding with another, I guess it's like locally famous to San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's a race called Bay 2 Breakers.
Let's just say there were a lot of naked men.
And people
like
were completely naked, sans a running babe. And also
sans shoes.
And shoes.
That was it.
I know, right? And then there were also just a lot of people in kooky costumes. It was a lot for the senses.
Let's just say we were glad to be legally blind.
Yeah, I know, right?
At that moment.
Right. We went to the Starbucks immediately after. Guys.
I drink coffee now, apparently.
She drinks coffee now. And I know that we mentioned that, but we just need to hammer that point.
I would not have made it.
It was so bizarre to see Case with her cup of coffee.
Yeah, you were having a hard time making it make sense in your brain.
My brain was malfunctioning.
It was a little bit malfunctioning. But it was our first day at the booth. There's a huge exhibit hall. It is massive. It is so impressive, with tons of different drug companies and patient groups like ours. And we got to fully set up our booth, finish setting it up, and basically people come up and we share the news about HPS with them.
It's cool because besides the cookies that we mentioned, we also have a lot of medical literature, because obviously the target audience is either practicing doctors or researchers or people who are interested in
pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah. So this speaks to them.
Right. And for the first time, we had iPads out there to play some of our videos, which is really cool.
It was really cool. So if you guys have at all followed along with the HPS network socials,
which you should,
and you still can, there have been reels of each day that we've been at ATS that Case and I do the voiceover for.
Yes.
And Case actually deserves more credit than that, because I just contribute.
Well, I get the footage,
words.
but I haven't been editing them. That is our lovely Kristen Bouchaw. So it's like three of us. It's a combined effort. It's a big group effort, and we have gotten them up every day. So you should definitely go check that out. This is a longer form. They're shorter form recaps of each day with video.
We're just giving y'all
you all the
behind the scenes.
There's a lot of cool food.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of cool food. And it's all for the free. I mean, not all of it, but a lot of the samples and stuff. You can get cookies, brownies, s'mores, Johnson & Johnson cookies, AstraZeneca brownies.
Yeah, it's really crazy because especially a lot of these larger pharmaceutical companies that are rolling in money.
Yeah, you've heard of them.
Yeah, you know who they are.
You know who they are. They were all there with their cookies, their brownies, their s'mores,
they have, like,
ice cream.
So, like, we have a booth that's, like, I don't know, like 10 by 10, maybe.
Yeah, not huge.
It's not large. So these massive companies have enormous booths with, like, that are fully decked out. Like, Boehringer Ingelheim is another drug company, and they've got, like a whole setup with giant things dangling from the ceiling.
It's amazing. Oh, it's so
a
incredible.
Production.
It looks like a theme park or something.
They've got, like, live flowers. It's
like full gardens and
I know.
lamps and trees, and it's beautiful.
It's so much. And so they have, like, they literally have people who are, like, scooping ice cream and toasting marshmallows for s'mores. Like, it's like a whole thing.
And you just, you obviously have to have a badge to get in here. You don't just walk into the exhibit hall. But if you're in there, like we are, you go up and you grab a grilled cheese station, which was great.
That was fun.
And you can just get a lot of little, mostly like sample size. It's not like huge meals or anything, but, really good food.
And we, when we go grocery shopping, we bring food and supplies to make sandwiches during the day because it's pretty expensive to buy food. But, I mean, I don't know. You eat enough of these little samples and it's also pretty filling.
I've been very full this whole trip, full to the brink of illness.
Oh, I know. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot of food, which is good and fun, and just, eating off of our normal scheggles. But yeah. Do you want to tell me about the PAR Pass?
Okay, yes. I will. So again, we're part of the Public Advisory Roundtable, and what that means is it's like groups of patient orgs that represent different, like, lung-related diseases, including, the Hermansky-Pudlak Syndrome Network. And so we're all near each other in the exhibit hall. Every year, it's all, no matter what location we're in, we're all, like, side by side in, like, a little block. And it's cool because the way that it's set up is that, like, we've got some purple carpeting around us, and then there are little, like, stickers on the floor of feet that say, like, PAR Path.
Footprints, yeah.
And it's really cute. So what happens is, like, the first day of the exhibit hall, there's a group of student scholars who are either in med school or, interested in residencies or potential specialties in pulmonary, critical care, so, like people who are in ICU and that related stuff, or sleep medicine.
Which is related to pulmonary, for obvious reasons.
Breathing.
Yeah.
And they will come around for probably about an hour. It's like a speed dating.
It's really fun.
And they'll be in different groups, and they'll talk to us for like 5 minutes, and then the bell will ring, and they'll move on to the next org.
And so that was really fun to be able to kind of share with them stuff about HPS, and it broke up the day in a cool way.
It's fun. It's pretty rapid fire. This year, since this is my third ATS, I think that maybe some of the placement was different. So the orgs like us, we were more toward the back of the exhibit hall. So we're
kind of off in the corner.
Yeah, we got a little less traffic than usual, but I don't think that was in itself a bad thing.
Yeah, because we were able to relax a little more at certain times. It wasn't completely go, go, go.
Right.
Every minute, we were able to, like, rest.
And we still made some great connections, which we'll talk about later.
And, we would rather make a few great connections than a lot of mediocre ones. So
definitely,
we made some good ones for sure.
What did you think about your first booth experience?
I thought it was great. It was kind of what I would have expected. It was funny. I was just sitting there, and someone walked up, and Donna just goes, "Okay, go." And I was just, like, put on the spot. Like, you have to talk about your rare disease, and you have to sound like you know what you're talking about, because these physicians will ask you questions, and you have to know how to answer them. And most of the time, we kind of know our disease pretty damn well. But sometimes we would have to ask Donna to come over, our founder, to come over and kind of help us a bit. But yeah, it was really fun. I mean, Cass and I are very used to talking about this.
Definitely.
Clearly, we've been doing this, like, podcast. I don't know if you know about this podcast we have.
So
that we've been doing for 5 years.
You should check it out.
But, like, clearly we know how to talk about this. So it was not difficult, I would say. It was really fun. And it was just cool to see everybody and meet new people.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I think that first day kind of
that kind of
flew
wraps
by.
up.
That was it.
Yeah. What did we do that night, though? We went to
We did the dance.
Oh, well.
So during the public advisory roundtable, right? So there are different orgs. There are different term limits basically for these orgs to be involved, and so there usually comes a point where an organization will rotate off, quote unquote, of the roundtable. Mm-hmm. And so there was an org that was this was their last year in PAR, and you can reapply after a year, but basically, she was going to be out of PAR for a year.
Right. We usually sing. We like to sing, and we're good at singing. But Donna decided to change it up a bit and decided we should do a dance, which was maybe not the greatest idea, but we're joking. I mean, it was really funny and fun.
It was really funny and dorky.
We took 30 minutes to an hour to choreograph an entire dance, and then just did it to the song "Please Don't Go" by Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Casey, I didn't know you had a Sunshine Band.
It's KC, not Casey, but that's okay. But yeah, it was hilarious.
One of our girls, one of our other patients, she is actually was on her school's dance team,
right.
So she is actually a dancer.
A dancer. Yes.
But the rest of us are very much not.
Yeah, right. So
she made it easy for us, and it was kind of a group. We had all of the elements. We did a little grapevine. We did a box step.
Oh yeah, all the elements.
We did a pivoter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it was really fun, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. So that was kind of our first official booth day.
Yeah, Donna got some awards.
Yeah, she won some awards, which were so deserved, of course.
She does so much work for our org and beyond.
Yeah.
Day 3.
Day 3. We're so excited to just jump right in to day 3.
We did not have to wake up early today, which was extremely beneficial.
Well, Donna did, though.
Donna did.
So Donna started off the morning being interviewed for the ATS podcast. ATS has an official podcast called Breathe Easy. You can find it anywhere you find podcasts. I don't know when this comes out, if Donna's episode will be out yet, but you should look out for it because I'm sure it'll be really great. We have not heard it yet. We weren't there when she recorded it, but a past CNN anchor is the host of this pod, so she's clearly a professional.
Yeah, it was really wild, and we saw a clip, secret, right? So we saw a clip of it, and it sounded really great. So I
think there was crying involved, emotions were high in a good way.
And Donna's really great at doing this whole spiel. She's very well versed, and so I'm imagining it's going to be fantastic. But
well, you know what else Donna is good at? Donna's
good at talking us up.
Well, yeah, Donna's good at bringing people into our network, and being remembered and making people remember us. So of course, while Donna was being interviewed for this podcast, she mentioned that all of us sing, and she convinced the podcast people, all of them, to the whole podcast team,
not just the host, but also the producer and the social media host,
all of them,
expert,
to come all the way down to our booth to listen to us.
I don't even know where
sing.
they were recording.
I know, but it had to have been kind of probably a far
away.
So to come down all the way down to our booth, and our booth was kind of far in the back anyway.
Yeah.
To come hear us sing, and we didn't know this was happening until literally hey, Donna's hey, they're coming, sing. You know?
Right.
So that's how it goes. So we were okay, so we're literally, Cass and I are practicing our song as we're going down the escalator. Okay, what's the line there? And so we also sang this with Kylie and Ashley, two of our other patients, members who were there. So yeah,
it was great, and it was wild because they made it really legit. They had a tripod for the phone. They had microphones
on us. They mic'd us. We still don't know how it sounded with the mics on, but I think they're going to post it on the ATS social, so be on the lookout.
If it's on, I will put it in the show notes so that you can find it.
Yeah.
RareWithFlair.com is where you can find all the show notes.
Thank You for the Research, which is a parody of Thank You for the Music by ABBA.
It was, how long is that song?
15 years.
Yeah.
It's an old standard for the HBS network.
Yeah, so if... I don't know.
Longer than 15. It's been around before I was around.
Wow. See, okay, so I don't know who's new here. I think we talked about this when we did our HPS conference episode. So we do all kinds of fun little parodies.
Yes.
To popular songs. And Thank You for the Research is it's kind of the parody.
It's
I think
parody.
If I had to pick one to summarize what we do.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's the prettiest harmonies, too.
It is, and it's short and sweet, and it gets the point across.
Yes, I really like it. So that was fun.
Yeah, we had another busy day at the booth, but instead of having the par path in the afternoon, we got to break out the dyno.
Yeah, so if you've ever listened to our HPS conference episodes, you know the dyno is kind of like, I don't know if I want to say our mascot.
It's a recent fan favorite.
Yeah. We have this big blow-up dinosaur that one of our members will get in, and there's a sign that says, "Don't let us go extinct, #CureHPS."
It's really fun. So last conference in 2024, I think, was the first time that we had brought this out. And it was really fun. And they had a brilliant idea at last ATS 2024 in San Diego to do the same thing and walk around with that sign. So that sign was new as of last year. And it was a pretty big hit. So
it was.
We decided to reprise and do it again this year.
Well, you know, when you're at medical conferences like this, it can get a little stuffy, a little serious. Yeah. And with the political climate, people were a little sad this year.
A little on edge, too.
A little on edge. And so it's like the goofiest, silliest thing, but it makes people laugh. And we walk around. It's almost like Disney World, you know. I'm like the character attendant walking around with the dyno. Like, I feel like I'm, you know, at Disney, they have like a character attendant. So I'm like walking around with the dyno, and we ask people, I was basically yelling at people like, do you want a picture with a dyno? Do you want a picture with a dyno? And then when they take a picture, we give them a little card with a QR code. But the dyno also got to do a lot of fun things.
Yeah, it was so cute. So I was actually not present during the dyno. Someone had to stay at the booth and hold down command central.
That was you.
But which is totally fine. But like, we had posted these videos on our like Instagram, our HPS Instagram story. And so if you've ever gotten a pulmonary function test, so it's like the test that you would get from a pulmonologist to test like the capacity, the strength, the volume of your lungs. And like some of these lung tests get done in like a little box. It's like a little glass box.
Yep.
So that you get a good seal and whatever. Anyway, so there was one of those on the exhibit floor, and the dyno got shoved into
it. It was hilarious.
So funny. There was also like spirometry.
Yeah, something like that.
So like we had the dyno pretend to blow in a tube.
Yeah. It was really funny, and people like it, and it really makes a serious, sad thing funny and fun, and that's kind of what we do with our organization. That's part of it.
I remember from last year, like, people were really like serious, and sometimes you would just ask them, do you want a picture? And they would like light up.
Yeah. And then there's quite a lot of people too. They're like, no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a lot that are like, no.
Yeah.
Please no.
And hey, you know, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but
we had a lot of those cards, right?
Oh, a lot, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had like 3 left.
I know. We gave a lot out. We got a lot. He got a lot of pictures with the dyno.
FaceTime. He got FaceTime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think, was there anything else that was like a highlight of the booth day?
Oh, well, yeah. There was this doctor.
Oh! That's right.
There was this doctor that came up.
He wasn't from the U.S. He was from outside of the country.
And we feel the need to say that because there was perhaps like a language barrier?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. He came up and he was kind of questioning the fact that we had, you know, a lot of people will question if we have albinism because we have some pigment.
Well, so, okay, to clarify, trying to give him a little, like, slight bit of credit, it's not that common for patients to be at this conference. This isn't like a patient conference.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is like very much a medical conference. You are in medicine. You work for a company that does something medical.
Right.
So a lot of times if you're around and you tell someone, yeah, I'm a patient, like I have this disease, and they're like, oh, wow.
Right.
Like they're really kind of excited because you're not really supposed to be there.
That's true. On the other hand, like I said, we're often questioned about our albinism because we don't look like the typical person with albinism, but also we're often questioned about our vision impairment because we might not look what the typical person thinks a blind person looks like. We've talked about this ad nauseum on the podcast, right? But you would think someone in the medical field would be a little more open-minded to what, like, the blind people look like or whatever. So we were trying to explain our condition, which is what we're here for. And we were saying we have albinism, we have vision impairments, and we said we're all patients. There are 4 of us.
He was like, oh.
Yeah.
But then he looks at Casey and he's like, well, you look normal.
Which is rude on so many different levels.
Like,
well, you look normal.
Also, like
as kind of accusing me that I don't have albinism.
But also, like, what does it say about me? Like,
Yeah,
and the other
three of us, like, did they not? Like, what does that mean? And then I was like, well, and then Donna quickly, our founder, was like, she's not normal, which is funny.
It's so on brand.
But he was like, you look normal. And I was like, well, I'm legally blind. Like, I can't drive. I have a cane. Like, I was trying to explain to him.
We were saying we all have canes.
And he was like, oh, really?
Well, then where are your canes?
Yeah, where are your canes? And we were like, okay. So we were like going to try to find our canes.
And like, I'm going to be so real that if it were any other context but this, where we were like expected to be explaining our disease, I would have been so offended. Like, I would have immediately walked away and been like, I don't need to prove myself. You know, I would have been really mad.
Well, he was asking us to prove our disability. And so, like, we got our canes out. And then he was like, well, you can see me, though. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, but I'm legally blind. And he was like, well, am I a man or a woman then?
Gosh.
Like, am I a man or a woman? I'm like, please don't insult my intelligence. I didn't say that. I probably should have. But, like, come on, dude. Like, that's just ridiculous to even ask me that. And it was just so weird. He was, like, testing. He was testing us.
So bizarre. I mean, like, it was very negative interaction because it was very aggressive.
Yeah.
It's funny because we have this like big banner behind us. It's kind of like a tapestry size, and it has the main symptoms of Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, and it has a big picture from a conference a few years ago with just HPS patients, and you can see how different everyone looks in that picture.
Right.
And we love pointing to that, and we would tell, like, oh, look, this is all patients.
Right.
And so, we were trying to tell him that, but, like, he was not having it.
He's not having it. It's like, we expect this maybe from a random guy on the street, but from a medical professional, it was a little, like, not professional.
It was really rude. And so, but I think it actually ended where he was like, I'm going to look into you guys. We're like, okay.
So hopefully he does. Yeah.
Hopefully he learned some tact.
Hopefully. But we did dance earlier, we told you, but we actually, don't worry, we also sang again, which we just sang at the booth, but we sang again.
So we usually have, when we've gone to ATS in the past couple of years that I've been there, we sing 2 songs. One is like whatever new parody we sung at the HPS conference earlier in the year. So we had talked about that on our conference app some time back. But we did a parody to Count on Me by Bruno Mars.
Yes, and then we did Thank You for the Research again, and we were going to practice them to go perform them that night at an event we do every year called Sundays on Monday, because it's held on Monday night, and it's an event where we invite anyone to kind of come and network with us, anyone that's interested in being part of helping our community, and we have Sundays there.
It's really good, like, timing. So Donna does this really intentionally because I think there are a lot of dinners that are happening that on Monday night during ATS, but there's like never an offer for dessert. So, we're giving people, it starts kind of late at like 8:00. So it's giving people an opportunity to go to whatever dinners or other functions they need to, but they can always stop by, hopefully, and make it to ours because it's like dessert and maybe little appetizers.
Right. And prior to Sundays on Monday, we went to Donna's room and kind of rehearsed our songs because, I mean, we never see each other. So we can practice. We don't get to rehearse these songs ever in person. So we had to do that pretty quickly. We only had, 30 minutes probably to just rehearse them real fast. We got ready. We got all dressed up in pretty outfits. And then we went to the location.
So it was nice because this whole conference is just so go. I mean, not even just for us, even more so for our founder, but we still are always doing something usually. And so it was nice. We had like an hour before we rehearsed and then left that we just got to kind of sit around and have a break. It was great.
It was pretty great. The venue we had Sundays on Monday at was really cool. It had a pool table. It had what's that called?
It was like Plinko. So it was like a giant Plinko board on the wall. On a whole wall. Instead of usually Plinko, you have like a ping pong ball. But they had like soccer balls that you would go up the stairs to like a mezzanine level and then throw them through the Plinko to see how many points you would get. It was cute.
So that was fun. We had really cool appetizers, like a cheese board and fries and chicken.
It was really good. And there were like nice cocktails that you could get. And it was fun. I haven't played pool in like 20 years.
And she randomly was a master.
No, I wasn't that good, but I was not bad, actually. So my dad has a pool table in our basement growing up, and he like rarely used it. But I remember, like, that's how I learned how to play pool, is that one time he actually did use it, and I wanted to know. And so it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I taught and I got to teach Kylie how to play pool, because she's gonna go to college soon. I was like, you gotta learn to play pool before you go to college. I felt like a grizzled vet.
It's a rite of passage.
I know.
We had a pretty good turnout. We
was
had
great.
some great conversations, and we got to sing our songs, and everyone really loved them.
It's not like an open event. So usually if we see people that either we know, like we send out invitations to folks that work with our rare disease and our network that we know are going to be around at ATS, or we think might be. But also while we're at the booth, if there's anyone who's interested or we realize has a neat connection to us, or that we want to get to know better, we invite them.
Yeah. So that was a really great night. And then we ended up going back to the room and we watched a little bit of Zootopia.
Oh my gosh. Well, wait, actually, it was cool. So, our org has been coming to this conference for many, many, many years, like 20 some years probably. So we have people that have watched different members of our group sing for years. Like we talked to a doctor last night that has like videos from 7 years ago. It's so wild. So we felt like we had fans. It was cute.
And they were like, this is what we come for, is the singing. We look forward to it. So that was really sweet.
It was great. So yeah, we watched Zootopia. Well, because like it's been so go and hard that we get back to the room. We have to do the voiceover for the reels that we've posted online, and we have like no time for anything else. But we needed to unwind from all of that, and so we watched like part of it, and it was lovely.
Yeah, lovely. All right. Now we are to our final day. We're actually recording this on our final night, and we are both so exhausted.
So
I can
tired,
barely
guys.
speak.
It's been truly a marathon. I got a second win, but it's so long.
I got a second gentle breeze, but I didn't get all the way to a second wind. Just a second gentle breeze. I definitely completely blacked out at one point, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so it was our last day running the booth. It was our last day running the booth, and our last day going on a little Starbucks run. Actually, it was really cute. There was a wall that we had kept seeing every time we walked into the Target or the Starbucks, and it had polka dots.
Yes.
So we were like, oh, finally, we took a little video or a little picture by the wall.
Yes, and it actually worked out because today, polka dots are our thing because we want the dots on our dense granules. So we all wore polka dots today. I had these cute polka dot pants I got from J. Crew.
I had a little polka dot blouse.
Yeah. So we wore our polka dots to our booth today. And we had a great time at the booth. Cass and I got to go pet puppies in the fun zone.
Oh, it was so wild. So I think this was new last year at ATS, where they will, like, I don't even know who does it, but some company sponsors local like a local shelter to bring puppies in, and there's like a little pit with walls, and you wait in line, you put on your hand sanitizer, and then you get to have a turn and sit and pet the puppies.
And not only that, but you can adopt them, which we both did actually. Right
now we're playing with our brand new
puppies in our hotel room. It's crazy. No, we do not. We're just talking about our dream life.
I know, right? It'd be so cute. But
we have dogs at home.
We missed them so much, but they were so soft and so little.
But our dogs are also soft and not super little, but very cute,
but cozy. They were super sleepy when we were there, though. They kept
I know.
piling on top of each other.
Puppies sleep so many hours a day, like 18 hours a day or something.
It was precious, but we were so glad to get to like see them. It was a great de-stressor.
Yeah, absolutely. Our dino came back out today. We went and took a ton more pictures, and people seemed a little even happier today. I think because it was the last day.
It was 'cause, yeah.
People were a little more into it, a little less stuffy than yesterday, I would say.
People get looser as the days go on, I think.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Today, it's so funny because in the past, usually the first day is the busiest, and then it gets less busy as the days go on. But this year was kind of the opposite. Today was the busiest day at the booth.
That's very true.
And like people kept coming up and asking questions, and it was really great. It was good to keep us engaged.
Yeah, what you learn about this is even though this is a huge conference with like 10,000 to 20,000 people depending on the year, it is a small world. Like, there are a lot of connections and weird coincidences and people that come up that know somebody else that or people come up, oh, I have a relative with HPS. It's just crazy, like the amount of connections. So it was really cool. We're definitely moving the needle by being here. I felt that, and this was my first time being here. Mm-hmm. I felt that we were making a lot of really important connections with all kinds of different people.
Yeah, with industry people, with like government connected people, with researchers, just clinicians. Like it's so important for us to be here, and the sheer fact of like how many people come up to us and say, I've never heard of you before, which is nothing new to us, but we really hope that with our little cookies and by us just sitting being cute,
our matching shirts. And Kristen, one of our members who comes with us, does such a good job. She makes all of our matching shirts. She makes signs. She makes QR code, cards to hand out. She really is great at that. She's very talented.
Yeah, speaking of the matching shirts, I don't think we had mentioned that much where the first day at the booth we all had a shirt that said HPS at ATS, and then on the back it said #CureHPS with a QR code to our network's website.
Mm-hmm. And the second day we wore shirts that said Ask Me About, and then it said HPS really big. So those were eye-catching and really cute. And the fact that we're all matching just also makes us look really uniform. And then, like we said, today we just wore dots. We all wore polka dots. And we have a thing where if we see people in the exhibit hall with polka dots, we get them to enter into a raffle to possibly get chosen to win a prize. So that's a lot of fun.
It's so fun. It's really wild, though, because it's a fun game to play with a vision impairment.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, Case and I will be like, oh my gosh, does that person have dots? And we'll ask, like, Kristen or someone who can actually see, and they're like, no.
Yeah. But when we were playing with the puppies, the lady literally right next to me, like touching elbows with me, was wearing dots, and I kind of screamed in her face.
It's so funny because we get really excited when we see someone wearing polka dots.
And we scare them.
And we're like, oh my gosh, dots! You should go by your booth!
Dots! And like the puppies were asleep, and I was screaming, dots! And she was probably terrified.
But she did actually come back to our booth. We thought we scared her off because we left the puppy pit, and we were like,
the puppy pit.
It's like a little.
It's so funny.
It's like a little pen.
So puppy pen.
But we walked out. We were like, oh, I guess she was terrified, so she ran away. But she did come back.
So there we go. But then it was about time to close up our booth.
I know. So we tear down, and all of the work that we put in on Saturday to set it up, we just take it all down.
All the construction men come back with their big forklifts and cars and whatnot, and it gets a little crazy again. But we took all our stuff down and put it in many different suitcases, and we said bye booth, and we left.
Booth, and we rolled out.
But it wasn't quite over yet.
No. So usually on the last day that we're here, we are kind of part of, like, our org is kind of part of this this group called the Rare Lung Disease Consortium. So there's usually some kind of meeting on the last day that we're here at ATS.
And we were going to sing at this as well. When we got there, I think I blacked out.
Well, and it was not by any substance or anything. Like,
oh no, I'm not under the influence
not
of
at all, but
anything.
But it's just been such a marathon, and Case was like both, one, extremely tired, and two, an introvert.
Right. So my social battery was not just dead. There wasn't a battery
It was
in
like negative.
There was no battery in the pack
Yeah.
at all. There's no juice left. So I was sitting at this table and I missed half of what was happening because I was just like asleep while awake.
Yeah, this is when I had my second win, so I was just chattering away with
Cass
the people
was
that
blah blah blah, and they were talking about, and good thing you were, because you carried it for me. I looked like probably a bitch, to be honest. Sorry to say, it's part of my French. They started. This is how out of it I was. They started talking about dogs, and usually when people start talking about dogs, I'm obnoxious. Cass can attest.
Yeah, no, literally, like, I want to show a picture of my dog, and she's like, look at
I literally shove her to the floor and show a picture of my dog. And they were asking about our dogs, and I couldn't even speak. It didn't.
You barely said his name.
I did. I don't even remember saying anything.
Yeah, it was so
Barely.
This is like the testament to me, like that alone. I was a little terrified. I was like, is she okay?
Is she okay? Because like any excuse to talk about my dog, I am obnoxious.
She's like, she finds any reason. She creates a reason to
Creates
talk
it.
about her dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, then the other thing was that like Donna and when one of our pulmonologists that works with our rare disease, they were like, oh hey, just like girls, you're tired, sit down, we'll grab you some water. So they took my water bottle and Case's water bottle and filled them up and brought them back.
So like let that sink in. They not only took my water bottle away from me, but then they brought it back to the table
Full of water. And I was sitting there as I was like, it had been like 30 minutes since that had happened.
And I thought they just forgot. I was like, I guess they forgot to get us water.
Yeah. Well, she didn't even reach out to pick it up because I had been sipping away at my water bottle. And I think like at some point she came to. Like she wasn't asleep. She was sitting there with eyes open.
I was awake.
And then she looks at me. She's like, when did you get water?
Yeah, I look at her. She's sipping her water bottle. And this is the first time I had noticed. And you were like almost done with it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I had noticed her sipping her. And I look at her and I'm like, you have water in your water bottle? Like, I thought they forgot about us. How did you get water?
And I was like, they brought it back like 30 minutes ago.
And I was like, they not only took my water bottle, but brought it back.
And she picked it up. She was like, oh my gosh, it's full.
It was full. I picked it up. It was like a magic trick. Like, I was for sure it was empty. And I picked it up. It was full and heavy. I was like, wait, I missed all of that.
Yeah, I would love to know like the nether space that she was in.
I was in something.
Because I
heard
like
things.
sounds nice. I know she was like aware, like periodically she would be like,
I did. I was trying so hard to say something, but my mouth wouldn't move.
It was nuts. But you know, she's an actor. Our Casey is an actor.
Our Casey.
So
for the song, I can pull myself together.
And I think it kind of woke her up.
It did.
So like we sung Count on Me and she was like, okay, I think I'm gentle breeze.
That's when I got my second gentle breeze. Not my second wind.
My second
gentle breeze. Slight breeze. Just a slight breeze.
Just enough to like survive.
Yeah, basically.
And then we said goodbye to Kylie and her mom Kristen. They headed back because she's about to graduate from high school, so she's got to get back. And then we had dinner and
we ate so much.
We ate way too much food.
Then we came back and packed our bags while belting to Olivia Rodrigo,
as one does,
which was literally just like maybe an hour ago.
I know.
If we sound tired, we are.
We sure are. It's like it's so much both mental and physical energy that we expend here.
Yeah. And it's worth it. Like this coming here, it takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but like it is worth it.
It's so important. Like obviously there's a lot that we are not at liberty to disclose.
A lot.
So much. So there was like behind the scenes, just know that there was some drama, but we made some really good connections. So like things were definitely happening. And a big part of that is because we show up. No, yeah.
And that's kind of how it is every year. There's always always a lot going on. But it really was a great experience as someone who had never been before. I feel as though I am no longer in my body, and it may take a long time to recover, but it was worth coming, and I had a great time.
Would you come back is the question.
I believe so. Yes.
Yay! Okay. I was like, okay, I know that this is a shock to the senses, and I know that it
Yes.
might take 2 weeks to recover from, but
Yes.
I was like, I hope that she wants to come back.
Yes.
I think that we'd mentioned this on our conference episode that, you know, the current climate and just a lot of factors made it maybe a little disheartening. But being here, you're really like in the middle of the action.
Yeah, it does fill you with a certain hope.
I always leave here feeling really excited about the connections that we made and promise for the future. We really hope that there can be something on the horizon.
That is so true. Like, I feel a similar way. Like, you leave here, you know, sometimes
tired.
sometimes we leave our own conference, which we love, but sometimes we can leave feeling a little like aware of our illness and just kind of disheartened. But I leave here feeling like there's a lot of hope and a lot of like research being done and a lot of hopefully like new treatments that are going to be developed at some point.
I agree. I feel really empowered.
Yeah.
But like, I think both are exhausting. And of course we're dead
Yeah.
right now, but
I'm not going to remember the recording of this episode.
probably not. But we're super, super, super grateful to get to be part of the team that's coming.
Yeah, I feel very grateful, and the best part, I think, a good way to end this episode is just to say, like, we all love each other so much. Like, we have so much fun. Like, obviously, I have so much fun with Cass. Like, we're best friends, and we've had the most fun time together.
I
but
think
like,
this is the most time we have consistently ever spent with each other.
yeah, we're staying in the same hotel room too, so it's like
24/7.
Literally, we haven't been not with each other. But
deeply the most annoying people to be around.
we are so annoying.
So sorry to
like
everyone.
we are so the two of us together. We bring out the very worst in each other, like the most annoying version.
Most annoying version.
No,
we're
yeah.
not like fighting.
No. We haven't fought, but just like we bring out, we're so obnoxious when we're together in the best.
Constantly singing songs.
Constantly
quoting
singing.
things, being loud and annoying.
Constant. It's a constant. Like we are that little bird in your ear that won't shut up. We are so annoying. But anyway, so yeah,
not just us.
But not just us. Like, not only do we love each other, we love the whole team.
I love, Dawn, of course, our founder, and then Kristen. Like, they feel like my moms too, right?
We kept
like,
calling them mom.
Like,
Mommy, help me.
Mommy, help.
Mommy.
And they were, because like they are moms, and their daughters were here, but like they really do feel like family.
And then their daughters, Ashley and Kylie, also feel like sisters. They feel like sisters to us. I mean, the whole community feels like family to us. So,
but it felt extra special to, because we usually see each other like once a year.
Yeah.
So it's extra special to get to spend more time together and do this really, really important work.
And the morale was good. Like, we were happy and having fun the whole time,
so
except when I almost died at the consortium.
Staring into space.
Staring into something.
Where
was I?
Void?
Where was I? And that's the thing. You know how normally when you like are like zoning out, you're thinking of something else?
Yeah.
There was nothing in there. It was like Patrick when it was like the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, and then it's like a milk spilling.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, and it's funny
There was
because
nothing
it's not like
going
you
on.
were even like falling asleep. You were just nowhere.
I wasn't, and usually I'm daydreaming. I wasn't even doing that. There was nothing there. There was nothing there.
I think we broke her, but like, she's kind of okay.
I hope. She's kind of okay. I'm normal.
She's normal.
But that should be the takeaway. That should be the takeaway from this whole episode. Can we tell them before we close? When the man said to me, "Well, you look normal," we of course were quoting SpongeBob because we're constantly quoting things, and I want to remember. I'm saying this because I want to remember it. So tell them.
Okay, so this is like for people who don't know SpongeBob.
I know, but a lot of people do.
A lot of people do. So the episode where he's like selling the colored Krabby Patties, the pretty patties, and then people buy them and they're a sensation, and then people come back and parts of them are colored.
Yeah.
There are these 3 people that stick out their tongues, and one of them looks like a normal colored tongue, like, and then the other 2 are like patterned crazy. And then like Mr. Krabs like, "What's the matter with you?"
Yeah, Mr. Krabs looks at the normal looking guy and goes, "Well, what's the matter with you?" Like, kind of like accusing the guy of there's nothing wrong with him.
I could think of.
And literally we just kept quoting that all weekend of like the guy pointing at me, "Well, what's the matter with you?"
Oh my gosh. And it turned out his like tongue glowed in the dark. And that's literally Casey. Like if you were to shine a light in her eyes.
It's a great metaphor for me.
Right. Because like with people with albinism, you shine a light in their eyes, it's when they look red. And so even though Casey's eyes are brown, they still do that.
Yep. We did it at the booth. I took out my phone,
And then showed other people who
flashlight,
like,
and held
wow,
it up to
really?
my eye. Yes.
So it's literally exactly that situation.
Absolutely. So
Thank you.
it was a great time.
Thank you so much for listening to this very unorthodox episode.
Very unorthodox, but we're really grateful you did.
And we will probably do this again at next ATS.
We hope so.
But until then, we need to
To go to bed. 100%. Yes. But thank you for listening.
We will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.